Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently, let's see what time it is. Currently 5:13 p.m. on Monday evening. And I just looked at the temperature on the computer before I came out here, and it is 91 degrees in Indianapolis. And it has been an absolutely beautiful day today. I've been trying to connect with my neighbor across the street to see if we could do the garden tour today because it's so pretty outside, and they were gone. And then I went to the pool, and then when I came back from the pool, the garage door was open, but I haven't seen her out there. So if she comes out and she wants to do it today, I'm gonna pause the vlog, go do that, and then come back. But tomorrow I can do it too, and Wednesday or Thursday. So sometime this week we're gonna do the garden tour. Her garden looks so beautiful. It's like twice as big as it was last year. So if you like the garden tours, yeah, please stay tuned. And I was just gonna film my vlog, and I went to the pool. I'll tell you guys about that in just a second. I went to the pool, and I was there for a little bit, and then I was like, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna film some videos. There was really nobody that I knew at the pool, and I was gonna get my videos done before Alex got home, and so I came back. I started filming my drama video at like 3:30. I filmed a review video of this key lime pie that I got from Cafe Pas de Choux, and then I was gonna do a Peterisms video. But I was like, I want to get my vlog done, and if she comes out here, I want to do that too, unless she wants to do it. Now it's like, it's shade on the, or shade, it's like dark on the, it's not dark, but the sun's not on the garden anymore. It'd be prettier to film if like the sun was on the garden. So anyway, we might do that tomorrow or the next day, but Alex just texted me, and he said that he is going to grab a quick bite to eat with this girl that he works with. So he said he'd be home after that. So yeah, so he said he'd be home probably about 7 o'clock. So I was like, well, I'll film my vlog, and then after I'm done with my vlog, if I still want to film a Peterisms video or something, I will. Now I have my video, my drama video is uploading right here on my phone. I wanted to respond to some of the comments that people put on my last couple videos because I haven't done that for a while, but I gotta wait until this video gets uploaded first. I can't go out of it being uploaded or it'll stop uploading. So, but people are like recommending TV shows to me. I'm trying to think of, there was like 2 or 3 TV shows that people recommended to me that I've already watched. Somebody keeps on asking me about the same, they're like, Peter, you need to watch this TV show, you would really like it. And I'm like, I've talked about that TV show so many times in vlogs and stuff, but they must be somebody that's like new to watching the vlog. But somebody mentioned The Alienist to me. They said, you should watch The Alienist, it's fantastic, whatever. I've watched both seasons of The Alienist. They're not coming out with a third one. Well, the last time I read, they're not. It's with Dakota Fanning's in it. It's fantastically done. It's based on the Caleb Carr books, which was called The Alienist. It was really, really well done. I remember talking about it. I watched it like a couple years ago. When the second season came out, I watched it like right as it came out. And it's really, really well done. And it's about this like detective. She's like a detective. She wants to work for the police department, but it's at the time that like women aren't working for the police department, and so she starts working with this detective and this doctor, and they like solve cases in like the early 1900s in the United States. It's in New York City. It's really, really well done. And so yeah, I watched that several years ago because somebody recommended that to me. The Killing, on which I don't even think you can watch it on Netflix anymore. Maybe it is on Netflix, but it was on AMC, and then Netflix picked it up and did the final season. The Killing is one of my all-time favorite shows. People have recommended that to me. The Alienist, I love The Alienist. I wish they would keep on coming out with seasons. It feels like every show that I really get into and I like, they just kind of like end. Like Schitt's Creek, Lost. I mean, Lost, it kind of like, it was time for it to be over anyway. But yeah, so today, my plan had been to, so I walked a little bit again last night. It was really, really hot last night. So, I haven't walked tons the last couple days. My plan is tonight to walk for like at least an hour. That's my goal tonight, is to meet like an hour. Because the last couple nights I've walked for like a half an hour. I don't really remember how much I walked. That was Sunday. I don't know how much I walked Saturday night. But each night I haven't walked as much as I usually have, because I start getting really, really hot. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. But tonight I'm gonna push through the heat. And then when I get back, I'm gonna go to the pool. And hopefully she'll be home by now. We were supposed to go to the pool all day together. We talked about it yesterday. And in fact, before she went to bed early, she was like, I'm going to bed early. And I said, okay. Oh, she texted me because we went to the pool yesterday. I think I talked about that on my vlog yesterday. And did I talk about that on my vlog yesterday? Now I'm like, when did I vlog yesterday? Did I go to the pool after I vlogged yesterday? Shoot, I could look and see. I feel like I was gonna go to the pool. I must have gone to the pool after I vlogged yesterday, because she and I went to the pool together. Well, she went down there and then I met her down there. And when I went down there, this woman that's part of the pool crew, she was up there and her brother lives in there, and it was like all the grandkids. And she was like, we thought it was late enough, nobody would come. She was like, I'm really sorry. And I was like, I don't really care. And literally it was like 12 kids doing laps in the pool. It didn't really bother me that much, to be honest with you, because I just wanted to kind of get in and cool off. It wasn't like I wanted to hang out for like 2 hours. And so it didn't really bother me that much yesterday at all. And I was like talking to her like when my neighbor left, because finally my neighbor, she was like trying to swim in the deep end and stuff, and she got like real frustrated with it, and she's like, I'm done, I'm going home. I was like, you're done? She's like, yeah. And my neighbor down there, she felt really bad. She's like, I'm really, really sorry. She's like, we told them they could come, and we thought it was gonna be like 4. We didn't know it was gonna end up being like all the grandkids. It was all the grandkids and like their parents and stuff. There was a lot of people at the pool yesterday, but it was a time that people don't usually go to the pool. So I didn't stay down there a long time. I stayed down there just a little bit, and then I came back and I watched something on TV. I didn't watch the very last episode of Defending Jacob until late last night. Tanya and I watched it at the same time, because she had been watching it too. She had like started it a while ago, and then she picked it back up, and then she had 1 episode left like I did, and so we were both watching at the same time, because she kept on texting me. She's like, who do you think did it? Do you think he did it? Who do you think? I was like, Tanya. I was like, don't. And I said, don't tell me, because she was like 10 minutes ahead of me. I said, don't tell me what happens. And she goes, what happened was ... I was like, Tanya, you're gonna tell me. She always ruins shows for me. I know I'm not good at it either, but like, we'll be talking on the phone. Like, to this day, like, I know how I had bought the book, The Silent Patient. She's telling me, I don't know why I remember this specific case, but she was telling me about, she laughs so hard when I bring this story up. She was telling me about this book that she was reading, and she's like, oh my god, this book was so good. And I was like, what was the title of it? I don't remember the title of it. And she told me like the whole thing, and then at the end of it, she was like, let me look up and see what the book was called, and it was The Silent Patient. And I was like, Tanya, I literally just bought that book. I told you, don't tell me about this book if you read it. And she was like, ah, she thought it was so funny. So anyway, talked to Tanya last night. Maybe that was before I laid down and took a nap, because we talked about, she's like super, the kennel is super busy right now, and she's like 2 of her people that work for her are like on vacation, so she's having to go in there like every day. So she's like, tomorrow night, if you want to go to a meeting, we can go to a meeting. Depending on like what my schedule's like, I'll have to like tell you tomorrow. And I was like, that's totally fine, because we have marriage counseling tomorrow, which means Alex can just drop me off at Tanya's on the way there, and then we can go to a meeting tomorrow night. So that will be tomorrow night. This week is like, everything's like changing. So today, we were supposed to have, my neighbor and I were supposed to have a pool day, all day at the pool. And so I woke up a little bit early today, because I wanted to go to the pool. And I like texted her, and I was like, hey, are we still doing the pool? Because the last time I talked to her was last night, and she said she was going to bed, and it was like 8:30. And I was like, you're going to bed this early? She's like, yeah, I want to go to bed early so I can get up early, get my stuff done, and then we can go to the pool. And I was like, okay. So I hope she's okay, nothing's happened. I mean, she hasn't responded to my text or anything. And I texted her like when I got up today, and I was like, are we still going to the pool? I think I texted her one other thing too. I think I texted her when I got to the pool, and I was like, hey, like, I'm at the pool if you want to come up here and meet me. And she hasn't like responded. I don't even think she's read either one of them. So she said she might have something that she had to go into for work today. Like, she told me this yesterday. She was like, there's one thing I might get called into for work. If I have to do that, then I won't be able to go to the pool. She was like, but I don't think that that'll happen. She goes, and if it happens, it'll happen real early. She's like, so do you want me to just like text you if that happens? I was like, yeah. I was like, my phone's on silent, so I won't hear it anyway. And she was like, okay. And she may have just like forgotten, you know, and that may have been what she's been doing all day long. So I don't know. But anyway, I know she's not home. I know that. So, so I got up and we were going to do that. So when I came outside, it was kind of like, it was hazy, cloudy, but it was still like pretty sunny. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the pool, but I don't want to go to the pool by myself. I checked with my friend in the corner. She was working. My neighbor that had her grandkids up there yesterday, she's going tomorrow, but not today. And so I was like, I don't know anybody in this neighborhood that's gonna go. I knew there would be people up there, but I didn't know anybody that would go. So I was like, I got some stuff done around the house. Boo Radley was completely fine this morning. Alex like took him out. He was running around, Alex said, and he was jumping around. When I got up the first time, Boo Radley was like acting crazy, jumping around, and then I fell back asleep for a little bit. And I got up like 45 minutes later. When I got up the second time, he was like walking around the floor. I don't know if it's the heat. I have really no idea what's going on. He kind of reacts weird to the heat. We don't let him stay out real long in the heat, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, because he's an older dog and stuff like that, you know, and dogs just shouldn't be out in the heat for long periods of time anyway. But he's been really, really lethargic all day since then. In fact, I texted Alex, and Alex is like, do you think we should take him to the vet? And I was like, no, I think we need to just like watch him closely and stuff like that. And so I took him out again. He seemed fine. He just seemed like he was real slow. Like he was just like, I could just tell he was not feeling good. And he wasn't wanting to eat. He was trying to, I think his stomach might hurt because he was trying to eat like the weeds and the grass, which is like what dogs do when their stomach's hurting, you know? So I filmed the videos, and when I got done filming the videos, oh, no. So I went to the pool, but when I went to the pool, he seemed like he was a little bit better, and I got him like all situated in his purple bed and whatever, and he was just kind of like laying there. And so I said, okay, I'm just gonna go to the pool. So I went to the pool. When I came back, he seemed completely fine. And then I was like, I took him out, and he like ran around a little bit, and he seemed completely fine, but I noticed he was still trying to eat the grass and stuff like that. And so I brought him inside. He didn't want to eat his snacks. I do think it has something to do with his stomach. I don't know what happened. So I brought him inside. He seems to do better like inside than out. He's real slow outside, so I think it might have to do with the heat. And at night, he's also like crazy dog, but it's also like 10 to 15 degrees colder out, or cooler outside, you know? So he seemed better, and then I like filmed 2 videos, and he was like super lethargic the whole time that I was filming videos, like really just like laying there like super tired. And then after I got done filming I filmed the drama video, uploaded it, then a review video, and then after that, took him out again. He seemed fine. He's just real tired. I don't know what it is. Alex kept on texting me. He's like, do you think we should take him to the vet? And I said, no, I don't. I think he's fine. I mean, maybe tomorrow if he's not doing better. And Alex is like, okay, I'll just arrange my day so that we can take him to the vet tomorrow if he's not doing good. And I was like, okay, but he seems fine now. Alex was like, well, he was perfectly fine this morning. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's just tired. I don't know if he is just hot. I don't really know what it is. But it's been kind of off and on all day long. So I got some stuff done around the house, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the pool. So I went to the pool, and there was this woman there. I had never seen her before. It was her and her daughter that was probably 5 years younger than me, maybe 5-10 years younger than me, and her 3 kids. And it was like, and the grandma was talking to them in the pool. They were very polite. Actually, the mom and the grandma were like on them 100% of the time. They were very, very polite kids. In fact, the grandma said something to me. She goes, if they're bothering you, I said, they're really polite. I said, don't even worry about it. I was just sitting on the step in the pool. I didn't know this woman. I didn't really talk to them at all. But that was like the one, every time I would like look at her, she just kind of like roll her eyes like the kids were driving her crazy. But they were very well behaved. So the grandma when I first got there was in the pool with the kids, and the mom was like she like got out and was doing some stuff at the table and stuff. And so the grandma was asking them about starting school, and they're kindergarten, 1st grade, and 3rd grade is what they said. I mean, they fought a little bit like kids do and stuff like that, but they mostly were playing like in the, not the deep end, but well, kind of the deep end, the middle area. They got kind of bored at the end. This is when I finally decided to go, because I could tell it was like heating up, like they needed naps or something like that, because I could tell it was like starting to like, they were fine for a long time. And then, and it was literally just me and them at the pool. I was kind of surprised, but like all the kids, school started last week and started this week. So my friend over there, her daughter is a teacher on the south side, and she told me that her daughter, this is why she has the grandkids this week, because her daughter started school last week, but their schools, like, they're different grades or different school, because of their, you know, ages or different schools. And so she has like 2 of the grandkids tomorrow and 2 of the grandkids on Wednesday, different kids on Wednesday and Thursday. And then they're all back in school by Friday. So she was like, maybe Tuesday I'll go to the pool. And I said, well, I've got a lot of stuff going on Tuesday, so I don't know if I'll go to the pool or not. And she was like, well, yeah, okay, well, I'll be up there on Tuesday. So, yeah, so anyway, these kids had tons of toys, and I was sitting in the shallow end. They weren't really in the shallow end by me at all, which is strange, because usually the kids are always in the shallow end. And they were very polite and stuff like that. But it was funny because, so at first, they had like, you know those things, you can get them like at the Dollar Tree and stuff, those big plastic things, containers that have like all these different toys like dinosaurs and stuff like that in them. They had a big container like that. It was just like, it was just like they took it and they threw it over the edge of the pool and then the pool, because it was like, they were all like just like floating at the end of the pool, and they were all like just on the edge, and the mom kept on telling them they were gonna have to pick them up and all this kind of stuff. But they were playing with them, and then at one point, they were doing this jumping game where you had to like run and jump off the side of the pool, but then you had to keep on like pumping your legs. It's so funny because these are like the kind of games that I used to like invent when I was a kid, and then like the grandma was like judging them, and then the granddaughter, like, it was so funny too because she did pump her legs, and the brothers were like, you didn't need, she was like, what did I get? She was so sweet. She was like, I think she was the one that was in kindergarten, and she was like, what did I, and she had her little Barbies next to her, and it was so cute because this was so me as a kid. She had like different stations, like kind of in the shallow area, like set up, and she'd say, okay, we're going over here to your other house, and this is your vacation home, and so she had like these little areas set up that were like on, you know, different parts of the pool, sides of the pool. That was so me as a little kid. And so, maybe like Fisher Price people, you know, whatever. But anyway, so she, like, the two boys went, and they like counted how many times their legs pumped, and then she went off, and she did it. She like pumped her legs, and the one brother was like, you got a 0, you didn't get it, and she was like really, really upset, and then he like splashed her, and she's like, he got water in my eye, and the mom was like, do you want me to talk to him? And she was like, and the little girl was like, no. And she climbed out of the pool, and she got her two little, she had these mermaid Barbie dolls. I thought they were done landscaping today. He's got this huge stick in his hand. He's just like holding it in his hand. But she had these like 2 or 3 Barbie dolls. They were all mermaids. And she was like, I'm just going to play with my older sissies. She called them her older sissies. And she's like, I don't have brothers. I have older sissies. And she's like, and she looked back at the one brother, and she goes, you better not be mean to me, because she's like, my older sissies will be mean to you. She was like, there was this whole thing that she was like inventing about like they weren't her brothers, and that these Barbies were her older sissies and stuff. It was so funny. So then, they were real sweet though. They were like playing stuff, but I was sitting on the steps in the shallow end, and the grandma and the daughter were like talking about, I don't know, somebody had to get fired at some job or something like that. I was like trying to kind of like listen and stuff. When I first got there, it was funny because when I walked in, like, they didn't say hi to me or anything. Like, they just, I did not know this woman. She had this huge hat on and all this kind of stuff. I mean, they were friendly. They, like, you know, waved to me, like, when I left and stuff like that. They were real nice, but I didn't know them. And the daughter said something about, and the grandmother said, I'm surprised there's not more people up here. And the daughter said, it's probably because for all the people that are so pissed that people come up here. And I was like, is this like directed towards me? Because I've never met you people in my life. And the daughter said, it's probably because they get certain people get so pissed when there's people that don't belong up at this pool. Well, this is a huge HOA thing. They're up there fixing it today. Hold on a second. He's now coming back the other way. Oh, there's like a pile of leaves. He's picking up this pile, or no, sticks. Because all the trees, like the branches are falling. So he's going along and he's picking up all these sticks. I think they just like riding these like lawnmowers down the street. And blowing those blow things. It's constantly all day long. So somebody broke the gate. Okay, this is a huge deal. Somebody broke the gate because they slammed it so hard. I don't know how they discovered that that's what it was. Maybe somebody was there when it happened. But they like slammed it so hard that the gate, like the bolt came out. It has something to do with where you put your like card or you put the code in, right? And so now the gate won't close all the way. When I was leaving, they were fixing it. Because this is like a huge issue. They're like, you have to close it all the way, and you have to push this button to make sure that the gate's closed and all this kind of stuff. Because it won't just close like on its own. You have to like pull it in and like lock it and then hit this like button or something like that. So anyway, so they're fixing that. But anyway, so I was sitting on the shallow end. The little girl was just like playing on the sides with her like dollies, and the mom and the grandma were sitting back at this table. So if I'm like sitting at the stairs like here, they were sitting at the table over here, like, which is right to the left when you walk in. And they were just talking. I was kind of like, just like, I mean, I was bored. So I was just kind of like, I was like sitting here like in the sun, and I was just kind of like listening to them and stuff like that. Well, these two brothers start talking in the deep end of the pool, and they're like floating on the pool, like they're floating on the, like the noodles, and the one kid's like, Mom, look, I'm standing on top of the water and all this kind of stuff, right? Kid stuff. And so the other brother goes, now y'all know, okay, my biggest fear is sharks. And I started this shark movie club. I thought for sure they were gone. I thought they were gone already. So I thought it was safe to come out here and do this vlog. I didn't realize they were still driving up and down the street. But anyway, I started the Shark Movie Club, where over my Peter Watches TV channel, so if you want to join it, join it. Well, you don't have to join it, you just go over there and watch it. It's like every week I'm picking a shark movie and we're going to watch it. The good ones, the bad ones, the funny ones, the seriousness ones, you know. Sharks of the Corn, Sharknado, Jaws, all the serious ones. This week is called No Way Up, and it's about a plane that goes down in the ocean and then they have to get out, but they can't get out because they have to swim through these sharks. So I've never seen it. It came out this year. So anyway, on that video, somebody commented, because I said something about my fear of sharks, like, even goes to the pool, because at night, I think I've said this a million times over here, as a kid, and even today, I do not like to swim in the pool at night unless I'm in the shallow end, because the light turned off looks like a shark eye to me. If you do not believe me, go underneath the water, okay, or look at it down from underneath the water when the light is turned off in a pool and tell me it doesn't look like a shark eye, okay? A big black shark eye. So I'm sitting there in the shallow end and I'm like this, right? And the kid, okay, so I had watched, so somebody said on my video, they said there's shark movies about sharks in pools. It's called like Shark Pool or Pool Shark or something like that. So I looked them up. Well, what they are is, it's one short, it's like the movie's like 5 minutes long. It's a short movie. And it's about these two kids that are floating on a raft. The brother's floating on a raft and the sister's talking, they're real young kids. And he's talking about he feels something in the water and there's like a shark in the water. It's stupid. But it's totally fear-based for me, right? The other one is like, I think there's only just like a joke trailer. I don't think there's really an actual movie, but it's called Shark Pool. And it's about these kids, and like they make it like look like it's supposed to be a horror movie. And it's like these kids that all go to this party in the middle of the day at this girl's pool. They're like in high school. And like people keep on getting killed in the pool by the shark. And the whole joke is, I mean, it's funny when you watch it. And it's like, these guys are like, what should we do? How can we trap the shark? And there's this one guy, and he's like, just don't get back in the pool. And they're like, that's not going to work. And somebody else dies. And they're like, what should we do? Like, how are we going to catch this shark? And the guy's like, just don't get back in the pool. Like, just don't get in the pool. Nobody else will die. And he's like, no. And so it's a stupid trailer. I don't think they ever made a movie out of it. I think it was just like a joke trailer. But I'm like, these are in my head because I literally just watched these, right? Like last night I think I watched them. So, I'm sitting there in the shallow end. I've got my eyes closed. I'm kind of just like this, trying to get some sun, you know? And they're like down, the two brothers, the girl's playing on the side, the two brothers are down at the other end. And the one brother says, can you see it? And he goes, see what? And he goes, under the grate. And I'm like, what's under the grate? And he goes, do you not see it looking at us? Or something like that. And he goes, the shark, you can see its eye. It's looking up at us. It's trying to get through the grate into the pool. And I was like, oh no, ma'am, This first and third grade kids, they're gonna scare the hell out of me, okay? And I'm sitting down there and all of a sudden I look up. And the one kid's like looking down. He's like, where? He goes, you can see it right there. It's his eye. It's looking right up at us. He's like trying to come out. I was like, oh my God, I almost bolted out of that pool. Well, then the one kid gets bored, and so he gets out of the pool, and like where the fence is, it's like grass on one side and then the concrete for the pool on the other side, and there's like rocks there. And so he starts picking up these rocks, and he goes to the edge of the pool. I mean, the mom and the grandma were like on them. Like if they were mean to the sister, they were like, you're not going to speak to her that way or you're going to be sitting out of the pool. I mean, they were like it was excellent parenting. And so this kid goes like this, and the grandma goes, what do you have in your hand? And he goes, I'm going to skip a rock. And she goes, not on the pool, you're not going to skip a rock. She was like, that you're going to hurt somebody, or we're not putting rocks in the pool. And he goes, Grandma, I just want to skip this rock. And the grandma was like, she goes, first of all, don't talk to me. I told you you're not going to skip that rock. And he goes, well, then I'm going to skip it on the land. And she goes, you don't skip a rock on land. She goes, we have lakes around here. We can take you over there. You can skip the rock on land. You're not gonna, she goes, put the rock down. Well, then he picks up another rock, and the rock is like a dirt clump. And he goes over, and he goes, it's a dirt clump, Grandma. She goes, I don't care what kind of rock it is. She goes, do not put that in the pool. She goes, or you're not going to get back in the pool again. I mean, the grandma was really good. So then he gets bored. She's got these big sunglasses on and this hat, this big broad sun hat, right? I lived. And she's sitting there back, and she was in the pool earlier, but he starts taking this stick that he finds, okay? And he goes, it's like a, black metal fence. And he starts going along, it's like, he does this like 3 times, and he's right behind his grandma. And the grandma goes, she puts her hand up, I can't remember how she said it now, but she goes, please stop Grandma already has a headache from too many magic sodas last night. And I'm like, I look over, I go, I'm thinking, magic soda is what she's talking about. And so she keeps her hand up, and the mom says something, because he like starts it again, and the mom's like, no, we're serious. Like, you're not, like, we're packing up and we're gonna go. This was like my dad when I was growing up as a kid. If I pushed him just a little bit, he was like, we're gone. You wanted to try it, we're gonna go back. We're not gonna do this stuff. Because I feel like I sit around a lot of parents that are like, one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time, 50, 100 more times, right? So I'm sitting there, and the grandma keeps her hand up like this. It was so fun. I don't know why it was so funny. She kept her hand up like this. And so he comes and he like steps in front of her, and he says something about, you have a headache, Grandma? And she was like, yes, Grandma had too many magic sodas last night. She kept on saying magic sodas. I have not clued in yet to what a magic soda is yet, right? Why? I don't know. And he goes, why can't we ever have those magic sodas or something like that? And she says, she finally puts her hand down. She goes, I don't know when she put her hand, but she was like, you're too young to have the magic sodas. And then I'm like, oh, now I get it. It's alcohol, okay? Because my grandma back in the day, my grandma lived in this apartment. She and this old lady lived next to each other in this apartment. And above them lived all these actors from this dinner theater. It's called Beef and Boards in Indianapolis. It's like real famous in Indianapolis. Like everybody goes there. It's like the food's supposed to be great. It's like they have a buffet on Beef and Boards, right? And then they do like all these musicals. Actually, somebody just on the Facebook posted, they went and saw what they see there. They do pretty popular musicals, but like my grandma would take, and my Aunt Kathy would take me and Caroline to go see Annie once a year. That was like the only musical I ever liked. But my grandma would go see, I can remember I wanted to go see Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, because I love that song Dolly Parton sings, you know, in the Hard Candy Christmas, and also that's where she sings I Will Always Love You. And my grandma said, because she would get tickets to every show, because the actors lived upstairs in this apartment that she used to live in, which was called Knob in the Woods. It doesn't even exist anymore. Every time I say it to Caroline, she's like, how do you remember that's what it was called? And I said, because when you turned in, it said Knob in the Woods. And she was like, yeah. She's like, I don't even know where those apartments are now or what they're called. They haven't been that for 40 years or something. But anyway. So my grandma, I can remember asking her, maybe it was Hello Dolly or Cabaret, or I can't remember what it was, but she was like, you're too young to go see that. Like, no, we'll go see Annie or something like that. Sound of Music, I think I saw there one time. But anyway, what was the show that somebody I just saw it on the Facebook. They posted, it was like her and her mom, they were like, they showed like the playbills from it. But anyway, the kid's standing in front of Grandma. No, she did still have her hand up at this point. And he goes, Grandma, he goes, you seem to get an awful lot of headaches from drinking those magic sodas. Maybe you shouldn't be drinking so many of those magic sodas anymore. She said something like, maybe you're right, or something. I don't know what she said, but it cracked me up so much. So then I was like, oh, I got out and I checked my phone to see if she had texted me, and she hadn't texted me. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go back. I'm kind of bored just sitting in here in the pool by myself on the steps. So I think I'm going to go back, and I thought she might come up here, even though she said she was coming up on Tuesday. I thought she might, you know, find her way up there. So I was, my neighbor, next to my neighbor on the corner. So I was like, I think I'm going to go back and film a drama video. At that point, I was just going to film my vlog today. So I was like, I'm filming this drama video. I have a couple funny haha drama videos. I was like, let's start the week on a funny haha drama video. So I did that. Then I got that done. I came out here and checked to see if she was out here. She takes naps a lot in the afternoon, so I don't want to go over there and like ring their doorbell and stuff like that if she's like taking a nap. So then I was like, I'll do this review video. So I did the review video sitting out here. I'm kind of surprised that nobody, like the landscapers, didn't come by while I was filming that. But they didn't. I thought they were gone by the time I filmed it. So then I was going to film a Peterisms video, because that was when, after the review video is when Alex texted me. And so I was going to film a Peterisms video, and I thought, no, I'm just going to film my vlog, and then if I get done and I still feel like filming a Peterisms video or something, I will. Caroline texted me today, and she said she couldn't do Wednesday. So Caroline has this girls trip that she's going on next week. So, to Michigan. So Caroline was like, she can't do next week. So she texted me, and she's trying to fit in everything this week. And I knew it was going to be busy for her, and I don't have a lot of things to do anyway, and Alex can just run me up to the grocery store. So Caroline was like, I can't do Wednesday, but I can do tomorrow from like 11 to 1 if you want to do tomorrow, just to run around a few places. Well, I have therapy at, I think it's at 1 tomorrow. I have it written down inside. I was looking at my phone, because I think I have it on my phone too. But I have therapy at, it's usually at 2, but I feel like he moved it to 1 tomorrow. And then I also have marriage counseling at 6 o'clock. Oh, I love this woman so much. She's not looking over here. Her dog is so sweet. She's a standard poodle, but she lets it like grow it all full. Anyway, and then there's like a lot of standard poodles. And is that what they call big? They don't. None of them cut them like standard poodles. You know, it's like the tail and all that kind of stuff, but they're big like that. And so, camera stopped. The battery stopped. Caroline texted me, and did you guys notice yesterday on my vlog? I was like, when I was piecing it together, I said something about. I think I said like the battery stopped. I can't remember how I said it, but I said the tripod stopped or something. I said another. I mixed it up again. But anyway, Caroline was like she was feeling real bad, trying to like figure out a day. I was like, Caroline, I'm totally fine. Like, I'm good. I can Instacart stuff. You know, don't worry about it. Just get your stuff done. Enjoy your vacation next week. Don't worry about it. I'll see you when you get back. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, totally fine. So now that leaves Wednesday completely open for me to film videos. Wednesday, it might be like, it's supposed to be like 10 degrees cooler than it is today, which is still a pool day, but it's, I mean, if I go up there, I'll probably only go up there for like an hour or two. I'm going to try to go to the pool a couple days this week. And maybe tonight, if I haven't heard from her yet, but I don't know, she may have texted me while this is uploading. And so Wednesday and Thursday will be like filming days. Tomorrow, between when I get done with therapy and when I get ready to go to marriage counseling, and then tomorrow night, depending on Tanya's schedule, we're going to go to a meeting. Tanya and I also talked about maybe going to like the pool towards the end of the week if she can take the day off. She's like, I'm so busy. She's like, I've been so slammed this whole summer with the kennel. She's like, she's gone to her pool. Remember, I always talk about like getting like a membership of that pool, and I did that one summer. And then like she was asking me like, you know, early in the year, are you going to get a membership and then we can go together? I'm so glad I didn't. Like, I miss going to that pool sometimes, but I mean, she gets guest passes. She's gone twice this entire summer to the pool. And so she said something to me last night. She was like, I really feel like I need to just take a day and go to the pool. She was like, would you want to go later in the week, like Thursday or Friday? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Just let me know. My dad and my stepmom also want to go out to lunch. It has to be a Friday. So they said either like this Friday or the following Friday. So we got to arrange that too. So, but yeah, I don't know when Tanya and I are going to go to the pool, but tomorrow night we'll probably go to the meeting unless she's like just slammed and doesn't get out of there. So that means tomorrow, in between therapy and therapy, I can film like 3 or 4 videos. And then Wednesday, all I have is the pool, so I can film a bunch of videos. Thursday, I can film a bunch of videos. Friday, I'll either go to the pool with Tanya or we'll go out to lunch with like my dad and my stepmom, but that'll probably be next week. So yeah. So it'll just be kind of filming videos this week and stuff like that. I kind of decided, since it's the last month of summer and like come September when the pool's closed and, you know, whatever, that I'm going to probably film less this month on all my, I mean, I'll still film on my vlog, but on my other channels, I'll probably film less. And just kind of take it a little easy this month on my other channels. And if I wake up and I want to film 7 videos, I'll film 7 videos. And if I just want to film my vlog, I'll just film my vlog and just take it day by day. And so just enjoy the last month of summer and stuff like that. So yeah, so that was my day today. Last night, Tanya and I both watched Defending Jacob at the same time. Oh, I know what I watched before I took a nap. I watched The Bachelorette. I thought I had 2 episodes to catch up on, but I only had 1. So I watched this week's episode of The Bachelorette. Well, it comes on again tonight. I'm so over it at this point, to be honest with you. I don't really, there's only like 2 guys in The Bachelorette that I think are even a good match for her. This one guy that she's real into, this Sam guy, is so arrogant and cocky, and she's like so into him. And she keeps on talking about how they have physical chemistry, and I'm like, I just want to like shout through the, listen, if you've lived some life, you'll know what I'm talking about. And like, my husband and I have great physical chemistry. But we also have great emotional chemistry. I can tell you, I have dated some people alone just for physical chemistry, and it don't last. Because when the sex is over, or if the sex stops being good, or you're busy and you don't want to do, then it's like, what do? You know what I mean? Because you don't really like that person. You don't really get along with them that well, you know? And she keeps on talking about their physical. I don't even, like this guy, I just do not like this guy at all. And I don't think he's good for her. And I didn't really, she wasn't one of my favorites on The Bachelor with Joey, but I really do like her on her own season. She's very sweet. This week, one of her ex-boyfriends comes to Australia. They're in Auckland, and he comes to Australia he wants to enter the show. So I kind of can't wait to watch it tonight, because a lot of the guys are like not happy that he's entering the show. But he seems like a really nice guy. So So I don't know. The guys I like so far are, I know that this is not popular, but I like Devin, even though he's kind of dramatic. I really like Marcus and Jonathan a lot. I think they're really, really good matches for her. Jonathan kind of seems like he's kind of over it at this point. I do not like Sam. The Austin guy I really like for her too, but she never pays him any attention. He never gets one-on-ones. I don't even think he went on the last group day. And I think this next time he tells her I think he leaves because he's like not getting any attention. She keeps on like picking him, but like he's, I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? He's kind of like the bigger guy that has like the faux hawk. He seems like a really nice guy. That's part of the problem is, a lot of these guys that are really nice, like, she seems to specifically only be spending time... Oh, there's my neighbors coming home. She seems to... not my neighbors next door. She seems to only specifically spend time with, like, 3 or 4 of the guys. Like, when I watched The Bachelor and The Golden Bachelor, it wasn't like that. But I will tell you this, like, if part of Bachelor Nation, which Bachelor in Paradise, somebody sent me, is not coming back out until 2025, which I'm real upset about, because I love Bachelor Nation, I said. Bachelor in Paradise. I mean, it is high drama. But you can kind of tell, like, when you're watching it now, like, people that... I mean, Bachelor in Paradise is high drama. Like, every day they're changing who they're dating, and they're, like, yelling and screaming at each other. You can kind of tell the guys that would be better for Bachelor in Paradise than they would be for The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, you know? Like, Maria would be fantastic in Bachelor in Paradise. But on The Bachelor, I mean, she was okay. The fans loved her, but that was because she was high drama. So last night I watched The Bachelorette. My video literally just finished. Oh, I got a lot of texts. Oh, she just texted me. She said, oh wow, I actually slept all day. She said, I didn't realize I was so tired. I'm gonna be like, girl, you went to bed so early. Girl, you went to bed so early. My neighbors are calling their dog, I can hear. Nikki texted me. Is this Alex? Oh, he's home earlier than he said he'd be home. He said he'd be home closer to 7. It's only 5:50. Everything's happening at the same time. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my libation. She said I had a really hard time sleeping. Oh. Well, I want to walk after this, so I'm going to text her that I'm going to walk. And then if she wants to go to the pool after that, we'll go to the pool. I was up like every 2 hours, but yeah, I don't know why I was so tired. I'm going to walk in a bit. Then we can go if you want. Okay, let me go check in with Boo and Alex really quick, and then I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. I was just inside for just a few minutes. I was asking him, I was like, you came back so early, like, what's going on? And he was like, I said, I thought you were going to be, like, at least till 7. He was like, no, he's had a glass of wine and some apps. He was like, I'm so tired, I just want to be at home. I was like, okay. I said, no problem. I said, I'm going to walk when I get done with my vlog. And I said, and then I'm probably going to go to the pool with her if she wants to go to the pool. And he was like, okay. He's like, I'm just going to relax. He's like, I'm probably going to go to bed early. I'm really, really tired. And I said, okay. So, oh, and then I was like, oh, like, let's see how Boo is. And I said, you know, let's see if he's, like, still not feeling well. And as soon as I said that, Boo comes bolting down the stairs. As soon as he heard Alex, and Alex starts laughing, he goes, he just was missing me, that's what it was. And so, like, Boo's, like, jumping up, and so Alex picks him up, and he's like, you want to go outside? And then Boo gets real excited, because he wants to go outside. And, I go, I swear, he was not himself all day long. I do not know what's going on. And Alex is like going to the door and he goes, he just likes me better. I go, what? He goes, he just likes me better. I go, that is not it at all. So anyway. Last night, I was talking about my shows. Last night, Bachelorette, I watched. Then I laid down, I took a nap. Somebody's walking down the street. They're talking about where somebody lives, because I can hear them saying they live down on... She's got her tennis skirt on. Anyway, she must have been playing tennis earlier today. Not on our courts. Nobody plays tennis down there. They only play pickleball. Okay, so I watched The Bachelorette. I talked on the phone. Oh my God. I I actually, when I said the other day that I had like 10 pages of the graphic novel done, I really had, or 10 pages left, I really had like 30 or 40 pages left, but I really am down to like the last 5 pages, so I will be finishing the graphic novel. Last night, I read like 20 pages of it. And I'm slowly getting through Smile Beach Murders. So, oh, here's my neighbor at the pool. She looks like she has a friend with her or something like that. They're just like standing out there like this, talking at their car. I love to see the stuff going on in the neighborhood. It reminds me of like, oh, it reminds me of Rear Window. When Jimmy Stewart's like looking, you know, into all the back windows. That's what it feels like sitting out on the front porch. Anyway, I do not remember, you know what? I was texting Nikki and Tanya. What time did Tanya and I were texting about? Okay, so this is 11:57. She said, this mom on defending Jacob drives me crazy. Do you think he did it? She says at the last episode, and I said, yes, don't tell me what happens. And she said, here's what happens, ... What time was that? That was at 12:07. So I was watching Defending Jacob at 12. I did actually, I went to bed earlier than I, not early, but like, I think I went to bed at like 4 last night. Oh, I know what I watched now. I went to bed at like 4 last night. Maybe 4:30, because I was like, yeah, I went to bed at 4:30 last night because I wanted to get 7 hours of sleep, and I got up at 11:30 today. My first alarm went off at like, I think it was 10:45, and then 11:30 is when I finally got up. 10:45 is when I got up, and then that's when, like, you know, anyway. So, after I watched Defending Jacob last night, I finished season 7 of Sister Wives, and I had 2 episodes left. I had the 8th and 9th episode. The 9th was the reunion. It's so, somebody had said this to me a while ago. They said the further you get, it's like, every episode is like just a recap of their previous years, and that is totally what it is. It's like nothing really new ever happens on the show, and so I'm so bored. I mean, I'm really pushing myself to finish Sister Wives. But anyway, last night I finished season 7 and I started season 8. Well, what's interesting is, if you're watching it, just so for any of you that are watching it with me, if you're watching it on, what am I watching on? Max. If you're watching on Max or any other streaming service now, okay, from season 7 to season 8, okay, season 7 ends, and they do this huge, what do you call it? They do this huge thing in the backyard where they put together this video. It's like this, not video, it's this like slideshow presentation of like him marrying everybody from Mary forward, and like, well, not, when everybody comes in, like when he marries Mary, when he marries Janelle and Christine, and like when they have their kids, and like Logan being born and Aspen being born. They show like all that when they came, like each kid coming into the family, and then that's kind of how season 7 ends, I thought. And then they do the reunion. Well, season 8 starts. Oh, at the end of very end of it, he's like, Robin has an announcement, and then Robin's like, I have to run inside and take a phone call. So you don't find out what the announcement is. Then season 8 starts, and it does like, it shows a recap of what happened in the last episode, and it shows Madison and McKelty graduating. It shows Robin announcing, I think, that she's pregnant. It shows Janelle going to the family counselor and talking about how she, I mean, huge stuff, that she doesn't get along with Mary, and that she and Mary need to go to, not marriage counseling, the counselor, that her and Mary need to go to counseling together. It's like this huge stuff that happens, and I'm like, so I go back, and I go back to season 7, and I'm like, where is this episode? I've watched all the episodes back to back, and I don't like, I mean, I watch them when I'm watching them, right? And so I'm like, I know, there's no way that I missed 3 significant storylines of 3 huge things that happened, unless I just missed a huge episode. So I go through there, and I'm looking at each episode, and I'm like, no, like, maybe this isn't the right season. So I go to the top, and I'm like, no, this was the right season. I'm starting season 8. And so I start watching season 8, and he's sitting down talking to Madison about going off to college, and she's talking about graduating. I'm like, how did I miss? Like, this was in the preview. It showed, like, in the last episode, it says, like, you know, previously, and it shows Madison and McKelty's graduation, and it shows Janelle sitting in the counselor's office, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, how did I miss an entire episode? I was so confused about it. So I started Googling it, and I'm like, what episode is Madison and McKelty's graduation? And all of a sudden it comes up, and all these people are like, I can't find it either. Like, did I miss it? Whatever. Well, apparently, there are like 5 to 6 episodes that they've taken off of streaming apps. And they were up until March of this year, but now they're gone. They're speculating that there's some like nacho thing. And then there was something about Cody says that he never loved Mary. Apparently that episode is gone, and they don't know why that's gone. But the other ones, like Madison and McKelty's graduation, there was a lip sync that they did. And so, I mean, there was this huge, like, speculation online about it. And that episode was taken off of streaming services because of the music that was used in the lip sync. And that from TLC or whatever was on originally going over to streaming services, they don't have the licensing for the music. So it can't go across that. But what's weird is, I've never seen that happen before from like when things jump streaming services, you know, with music. And so I've never seen that. This is like the first time I've ever watched a show where there's like a missing episode. And there's 5 to 6 missing episodes. When you start reading it, people are speculating that, oh, there's my neighbor on the corner. What's she doing? Hey! She looks like she's going to dinner somewhere or something. Oh, somebody pulled up to pick her up. I think. I see like the shadow of a car, but I can't see it because our house cuts it off. She was like carrying her purse and sunglasses and stuff. So, I feel like there might be a deeper reason why they cut these episodes off. But anyway, I never get to see that episode. Unless if somebody knows where it's, maybe it's on YouTube or something like that. I have no idea where that episode is. So when I got done with Defending Jacob, which by the way, is one of the best shows I've ever watched. It's like one of the best shows. It is, Defending Jacob is so, so, so good. Tony and I were like, I said to her, oh, we must have talked after that. Because I said to her when we both got it done, yeah, I did. I came out here. It was so hot out here. That was when I took Boo Radley out and I was calling her. And I said that I thought it was better than Presumed Innocent. And she said she thought Presumed Innocent was better. They're kind of similar in some ways, but completely different storylines. But anyway, so when I got done with Sister Wives, I started episode 8. But then, I was texting Nikki about it. I was like, last night I was texting her. And I was like, I'm so confused about this whole thing. What did I say? Where was it? I said, girl, there are deleted episodes of Sister Wives. I couldn't figure out why I didn't see Maddie and McKelty's graduation, and they are deleted. Apparently, there's deleted episodes. She said, what? Why? Because Nikki and her mom, like her mom has watched all of them, but Nikki's watched like through like season 15, and so when I get there, we're going to start watching it together. And I said, they don't know why. They think because of music licensing, and she said, that's weird. And I said, yeah, it's weird watching it. And she said, I'm trying to Google and see what happened. That's strange. I said, I just Googled it. It's weird. She said, crazy. And then I said I turned it off and started Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is based on Holly Jackson's book. And Nikki had read all of the books, and she said they were good. I started watching it last night. The main girl who plays Pip, I kept on looking at her. I was like, she looks so familiar to me. Apparently she was in the show Wednesday, but I don't remember. I don't know that I remember. Apparently they're coming out with season 2 of Wednesday. I don't know that I remember. The battery's at the halfway mark, but guess what? I have another battery right here. I brought another battery just in case. Oh, there she is, out there. She just came out. She's walking back up her pathway now. If she comes back out here and looks at me, I'll say something to her. But I brought another battery in case she wanted to film doing the front porch today. I've been looking for you today. When are we going to do our video?
I'm fixing supper right now.
Well, you want to do... I can do it any day this week. Do you want to do it? You were the one that asked about it.
Yeah.
She asked me about it. I can do tomorrow. I can do Wednesday. I can do Thursday or Friday.
I'm working tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
I'll be up tomorrow morning.
No.
Yeah.
I'll just connect with you like on Wednesday and we'll figure out a day or whatever.
Maybe Wednesday would be good.
Okay. What are those that you're watering right now? I thought those were so pretty when I was over there looking earlier.
Coleus.
Coleus?
Yeah, Wednesday would probably be good.
Okay. What are you making for dinner?
Some fresh lima beans from my garden.
Fresh lima beans. Did you guys go to Cincinnati this weekend?
No.
You were gone all day Saturday. I was like, they usually aren't gone all day Saturday.
Oh, it was my friend's birthday, so we were just out having a good time.
You were just out having a good time. Well, good.
So I'm having brats
Brats and lima beans.
I have got some leftover potato fries from that.
Oh, sweet potato fries. I love those. Which ranch dressing is my favorite. Those orange ones on the other side are real pretty too. Yeah. It's hot. I've been having to water my stuff like every day. It's so hot. I was like in my head thinking like, what else did I watch? Oh, so when I got done with that, I was like wanting to watch a thriller. And, you know, I have a list. Should I read you guys? Because people all the time, oh, here, wait, she just texted me, my neighbor. It's a long text. She's probably got something going on tonight. Oh, she said she's going to have something to eat, and then she'll see how she feels if she wants to go to the pool. I said, okay, babe, any day. I already went anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, so I have this list of shows. Like, when people tell me shows to watch, I add it to this. People keep on saying Grey's Anatomy. So here's the deal with Grey's Anatomy. I do want to watch Grey's Anatomy. I feel like Yellowstone, because I watched, like, bits and pieces of it when Alex was watching it. I feel like Yellowstone and Grey's Anatomy are kind of fall-winter shows. I'm probably wrong about that, but that's just kind of how I feel. I've got Sugar on Apple. I still want to watch that. And Lady of the Lake. That's not completed yet, but when Lady of the Lake is done, I feel like I did get a little bit of sun today. My cheeks are a little pink. I feel like when Lady of the Lake, is done, I'm going to watch that. I started last night, Holly Jackson, is that her name? Holly? Whatever, Holly something. She's the writer. And her book was adapted, The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it's on Netflix. And I thought they were putting like an episode out, and it was 10 episodes, but apparently it's only 6 episodes, and all 6 episodes are out. So I started watching it last night. I'm 2 episodes in. It's about this girl, and she lives in like a small town in England, and she's like a teenager, and like 5 years before, there was this girl that went missing, and this guy gets blamed for it, and then he takes his life. He was like her boyfriend, and she doesn't think that's what happened, because she like knew the guy that got accused of it, and so she and his brother start investigating the murder. It feels very Nancy Drew to me, if you want to know the truth. I mean, after watching, like, these intense thrillers, it's very... I mean, like, I love, you know... There's a lot... Like, I love, like, the Truly Devious books by... I can't remember who it's by now, but about Stevie, the detective. I love a good, like, young adult detective book. But after watching these thrillers, this feels very young adult detective to me. I'm having kind of a hard time getting into it. But I've only got 4 episodes left, so I'll finish that probably tonight. And then I don't know which one I'm going to watch next. So I've got Yellowstone and Grey's Anatomy. I mean, Grey's Anatomy, you guys, 20 seasons I have to catch up. That's a lot of seasons. And each episode is, or each season is like 20 episodes or more. So Yellowstone I'll probably watch. That'll be my next one after I get caught up on Sister Wives. Sugar, Goodbye Earth, The Veil, Dead Boy Detectives. I'm going to take that off my list. Alex said he didn't think I was going to like it. I might watch that in the fall. We'll see. Should I put it on here? Alex is just like, I don't think you'll really like it. I'll keep it on here. The Veil. Tanya loved that. Deliver Me. Real Housewives of Miami. I have half of season 4 and season 5 to watch. And they're starting filming again in September. So probably in September is when I'll start that and finish those, so I'm completely caught up. I think I want to see what's going to happen with the casting of New Jersey, because I want to start New Jersey and Potomac. But I want to see what's going to happen with the casting, because those castings are up in the air right now. The Real Housewives franchise is such a mess. New York is getting ready to come back. Below Deck, the original, I want to catch up on Mediterranean first. So I'm watching that, like the current season. But I have half of season 5, and then I have season 6 and season 7. I might start watching those to get caught up on that. That and Miami are like, I have to finish those. And then I have Ozark, which is 4 seasons. I want to watch that. This Is Us. Caroline loved it. So many people told me. Sister Wives, I'm currently watching. Handmaid's Tale. Alex and I watched like the first season or two. I think just the first season. Dexter. I've tried so many times to get into Dexter. Game of Thrones. That'll be at the very end of my list. Sherlock. The 100. The End of the Effing World. A Man in Full. Dark. That's number one. Like, that, not number one, but that's at the top of my list because so many people keep on recommending that to me. Hollywood Con Queen. Although a lot of people told me that was stupid, so I don't know. The New Look on Apple. World Beyond. It's literally the only Walking Dead series I haven't watched, but it's about like teenagers in a school and I don't really have a lot of interest. Daryl Dixon's coming back in August, by the way, or September. Elsbeth, the whole season's out. Caroline really liked that on Hulu. The Goat, but I don't know if I'm going to finish that. Reacher, Mayor of Kingstown, not Mayor of Easttown, but Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount. It's 3 seasons. Columbia, Broadchurch is on my list. A lot of people recommend that. In the Dark, The Bear. Oh, The Goat, I only have episodes 6 through 10 to watch. I probably should, but I don't really care. Station 11, I almost started last night. Travelers, One of Us is Lying, but I don't know if I'm going to watch that now because it ended after 2 seasons. America's Sweethearts, which is about Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Tanya said she wanted to watch that too. Interview with the Vampire, people keep on telling me to watch. The Leftovers, Harper's Island, and Prison Break. I think when I get caught up with most of the shows that are out, I think like once I'm gonna like pick like Sister Wives, I'm gonna pick a show and then like watch it all the way through. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I've never watched. So I thought like Buffy the Vampire Slayer would be like a fun show to watch. Like Grey's Anatomy, like pick a show and then like watch it all the way through. Even like Gossip Girl, I watch it with Alex, like I know enough, but I've never watched like Gossip Girl all the way through. So I thought like Gossip Girl, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Grey's Anatomy, ER even, I have never watched. Like I watched a couple episodes of ER back in the day, but I don't really remember it. But like big name shows like that, I thought that I would go back and watch those. So let me know what you think. So yeah, so what did I tell you the last 3? Harper's Island, I have to buy to watch that. Prison Break and The Leftovers, Interview with the Vampire. I said these, America's Sweetheart about Dallas Cowboys. Tony wants to watch that too. So tonight, if Alex goes to bed early because he says he's tired, I will probably finish the first, and I don't know if I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to walk. I'm usually kind of like wired after I take a walk. Like I don't like need any more sleep or anything. Like I'm like up. So after I take my walk, depending on how long I walk, I mean I'm getting to a certain point, like half an hour point, and I'm like, it's too hot. Like I can't keep on going on. If I take my walk and I come back, I'll either go for a swim or I'll take a shower, put my pajamas on, and then I'll probably watch one of these shows. Well, I'll finish Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Oh, I haven't watched Big Brother yet, either. I didn't watch it last night because I was going to save it for Alex and I to watch tonight. I don't even know if he wants to, but if he wants to, we'll watch it tonight. Or tomorrow night. If we don't watch it by tomorrow night, then I'm going to watch it because I'm not going into Wednesday having an episode to catch up on. I mean, I already know, like, who the head of the household is. I already know, like, who got put up. I already know who won the power of veto. I already know all that kind of stuff because I've seen it online. So anyway, that's tonight. And then tomorrow is the day of therapy. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be partly cloudy, and let's see if the weather's changed much. Oh, bloody, oh, blada, life goes on. It is 91 and fair right now. Oh, tomorrow's supposed to be 92 degrees. Mostly sunny skies during the morning hours. Scattered showers and thunderstorms develop in the afternoon. I could get up tomorrow. I could get up tomorrow in the morning. I could get up like at 10 and go to the pool like 11 to 1 and then come back. Oh, like 11 to 12:30. That would be good for me. And then come back and go right into therapy and then film some videos. That could be tomorrow. Wednesday, considerable clouds early, some decreasing clouds later in the day, 77. It's going to go from 92 to 77. Then Thursday, 81, mainly sunny. That might be a good pool day. Friday, mostly sunny skies, 81. Why is it getting so cool here? Saturday, 76, mostly sunny skies. I mean, that's like fall. Sunday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, 76. This is not warm. In fact, it doesn't even get warm again until next Friday, 85 degrees, and it looks like rain. Showers in the morning. This looks like the tail end of August will be hot, but yeah. Okay, I wanted to respond to some of the comments on the vlog. The vlog of love. What are you guys doing this summer? Are you guys having a good summer? Are you enjoying life? Okay, somebody's talking about Both Sides Now, and they said, I grew up hearing that song as well. The version I heard was Roger Whittaker. My dad would listen to him when I was growing up. This is, I don't know how to pronounce the profile name. My dad would listen to him when I was growing up. He passed away 5 years ago, so this brought back good memories. It's interesting because I almost bought that version of it. I looked through all the versions of Both Sides Now. A candidate said, I live for the HOA drama. I am behind on vlogs, so I'm catching up. I have a feeling there's going to be... Okay, so we're getting ready in September to have an election. And talk of the town is that the president might possibly step down, which means that'll open it up for the president. Here's the thing, okay? That the landscaping manager... Oh, the battery is flashing. Let me... I'm going to stop this. I'll be right back and put my other battery in it. Okay, I'm back. You guys, I almost deleted my entire... vlog. By the way, I figured out what is wrong with my tripod, and I do need to get a new tripod. Hold on a second, I might just went into the comments. The problem is, okay, unless you have a tripod, you won't, sitting in front of you, you won't understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so the tripod is 3 legs, right? Okay, and then on top of that is this thing with this like round thing, this like, this like screw that's sitting between it, right? And then the camera goes on this screw part right here. Get it? Okay, that looks like a nose. It goes on there. But then there's like this stick thing between the tripod and that holding it up. That thing, you tighten on the side, it won't tighten. So it's the tripod, not the camera, thank God, because the tripod's like cheap, but a camera is, and I still haven't ordered it yet. I always forget. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. So, you know, there's like, I think there's like six or seven people on the HOA board. I think it's 7 in case they do a vote and then the vote doesn't go to a tie. I think it's 7 people. Or maybe that's why my one friend, he's like an old president. I think maybe he's like the consulting tie or vote or something. I don't know how it works. But anyway, there's this woman that has been on the HOA board. I didn't used to get along with her, but now I get along with her great. And she's a landscaping manager. She's been the landscaping manager for years and years and years. Although I think she took over another role because somebody stepped down. She's wanted to be the president forever. And I think she's been on the board for like 15 years or something like that. And she's the one that like walks with the clipboard. I used to make jokes about it and stuff. But I will say this, like, and all joking aside, she keeps the neighborhood gorgeous. I mean, the tree pruning, the flowers. I mean, she does her job. The landscaping is gorgeous in this neighborhood. I mean, my friends come in here and they're like, it is beautiful in here. Like, I mean, it's so beautiful. Like when you drive through and like along the lakes, they have flowers planted, and like the plants by the pool and by the tennis court, there's always flowers. And I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, right? The guardhouse, even though they fight over the guardhouse stuff, it's like they keep it up. She would really be good. I mean, I joke about it. I don't want to be the HOA president. I would be on the HOA board, but I don't want to be the president because my friend that used to be the president, he said it's literally calls all the time. And his wife was like, you still get calls. And he's like, I still get calls. And so you know, I joke about it, but no, I don't really want to do that. But I would be on the board. I would be on the board. I just don't want that kind of responsibility. My friend on the corner, she has, I think, one more meeting. Yeah, she's got August meeting and then she's done. She's stepping down. She's served her 2 years and she doesn't want any part of it. She's like, it's total chaos. They fight all the time, whatever. But the woman that she wants to be president, she would actually be a really good president. She would like, I mean, she would take care of it. And she wouldn't be like, you see those HOA people that, you know, like the TikToks where they're like, violation. She wouldn't be like that. I mean, she would, if there was something going on, she would come and she would address it, but she wouldn't be mean like that at all. She'd just be like, what? I mean, it was like when she walked, what are we going to do about this walkway? I mean, you know, she just would be like that, but she would take care of it because she's really that invested in it, you know? And I'm like, hey, my vote's for her. Let her have it if she wants it. I think she'd be fantastic. Christy said, I like the glasses. They don't make you look, oh, you're so sweet. I don't know why I feel like they make me look old because they're like Alex likes these. He likes the color of these. So anyway, Mary gave me blue hearts. Morgan said, Peter, you can't stop making hour-long vlogs because it's what gets me through my cardio workout. You are so sweet. Did I say I was going to stop making hour-long vlogs? I've been trying to make them a little bit longer. Oh, here it is. Okay. Megan said, it's a tripod. Nope, it's a treadmill. Nope, it's a battery. Because I said the battery fell, I think is what I said. I actually caught it when I was putting the video together, because I have to, like, you know, put the pieces together. And of course, right after I talk about the battery, the tripod, the treadmill falling, the tripod falls. Okay. Somebody said, I really like those glasses on you, and I don't think they make you look old. Oh, you are so sweet. That was from Vanessa. Oh, Sarah said, love the new glasses. I don't wear them that often, but I have them in my... So now the bottom drawer of my sunglass case that I didn't know was a sunglass case is now my reading glasses case. And the top drawer is for my sunglasses. So I have it all organized in there. Tiffany said, knowing Peter's videos are going to be here is such a consistent comfort. I have a baby, so don't always get to listen to them all. But even just knowing they're there is a comfort. Oh, you are so... She went on and on. You are so sweet. She said, I'm an older mom, so a lot of family gone. I'm not sure Peter would appreciate the comparison I'm about to make, but he reminds me of my grandma. No, I do love that. I always knew she was there sitting in the kitchen playing solitaire or ready to provide whatever comfort or support I needed. Peter kind of gives us that. The unconditional love we are missing from our everyday lives. I can imagine his consistency has probably saved people's lives. Wow, like this is a huge compliment. People who are lonely and depressed and need that familiar voice and that grandma feeling. I hope he feels proud of himself and accomplished as a YouTuber because I believe he's actually made a difference. That really means a lot to me. I mean, it really means a huge amount to me. Just those words were so sweet. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Vicky said, please reply to the meal company that wants you to try their meals. Thanks. That was on my drama video. I was like reading through like sponsorships that contacted me. Yeah, I haven't reached back out to them yet, but I'll see. Libby said, in reference to you talking about your decision to come back, I'm tearing up. We missed you so much. That was such a lonely period for us vloggerinos. I really missed you guys too, you know, during that period. That means a lot to me. Thank you. And she said, on a funnier note, can you please start Grey's Anatomy? It's me saying this over and over, going to be a Tia situation. Like, the more I comment, the less you're interested. No! Tia messages me all the time, and I respond to her in DMs. She knows I'm going to watch Damsel. It's just the timing hasn't been right yet for Damsel. Esmeralda said, I'm someone who watches your vlogs daily, but I don't comment often. I love hearing your voice and your stories when I'm cooking breakfast or going to bed. Your Peterisms channel has helped me through the tough times. That means a lot to me. I love that channel. Love me a daily... I love all my channels, but thank you. Love me a daily dose of Peter. Mariah said, added both sides now to my playlist. Thanks for sharing such a beautiful listen. I love that song. Angel said, you have to watch Criminal Minds. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, I'm going to add that to my list right now. There's like 4 different ones, aren't there? I used to... Oh, you know what's the show I used to watch? The original... Tanya and I used to watch it together. The original CSI. The one that took place in Las Vegas. Didn't the original one take place in Las Vegas? I was like... every time I feel like the camera stopped, I'm like, did the camera stop? Okay. Oh, this is so funny. Carly said, not me excited for the cool box in tomorrow's review. I did show the box, actually, from Cafe Pas de Choux. I love that you said that. A Poet on the Run. Somebody said, every time I hear downloaded, my ears burn. Please get Spotify. Love you. I like to just have the songs on my iTunes. I back in the day, I don't know if it was that. I have Apple Music, too. Alex uses Spotify a lot. I get very confused by it, if you want to know the truth. Somebody said, Joni. I love Joni Mitchell so much. Circle Game is a fantastic song. I love that song. Brittany said, The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. I'm going to add that to my list. Came out last year. Bath & Body Works candle recommendations. Pumpkin S'mores. Mixed Berry Crumble. Cuddle Weather. Pumpkin Clove. Day at the Cafe. Ooh, that sounds good. Iced Dragon Fruit Tea. I'll try this. I can't understand this person's name. Said, oh my god, Peter, I just finished Defending Jacob a few days ago. I watched it after Presumed Innocent. I can't wait to see what you think of the ending, too. Megan said, love the glasses. Thank you so much. Oh, and this was so interesting because I love Cherry Jones. And somebody said, this is from Cole, I think. Cherry Jones narrates the Little House on the Prairie audiobooks and Audible. I love her for that. I didn't know that she did that. I love her for that, too. Somebody said Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter is good. There were some comments about TV shows. Somebody said they'll pass on Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover, yeah, I'm not. Oh, somebody said, you're a part of my morning routine. I love that. People, you guys are so sweet. A lot of people gave me recommendations on how to fix my AirPods, like if they stop charging. and how to reset them. I want to say I really, really appreciate that. Claire gave me recommendations. Some other people DM'd me. Claire said, thank you, Peter. The first 20 minutes or 20 or so minutes, I was listening to you, and the rest I was watching. I watch because I learn and think and grow. I watch because you've created a safe space for your viewers. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Beck said, I either watch your drama video or your vlog in the AM when I'm getting ready for work. Haley asked me, have you watched Love and Death on Max? We just binged it yesterday and we're hooked. If Love and Death is the one about Candy Montgomery, I watched both of the Candy Montgomery ones, but the Love and Death one is better. Nikolai said, hello, hello, hello. It's 3:23 a.m. and 89 degrees in Las Vegas. Oh my gosh. Gina said, love you so much. Hey, Gina. Oh, somebody said, I know how. You are one of the most likable people ever. That's how. Oh, you are so sweet. Oh, this comment was so funny to me. I don't know why, but somebody said, LOL, what's her husband's name? When I was talking about Heather Dubrow. And it starts with a B. Hey, how are you? It starts with a B, and then I go, Terry Dubrow. I was thinking Barry Dubrow. Okay, so that, see, in my mind, that makes total sense. I would go from Barry to Terry, but it was, okay. Somebody said, so funny. I know, that's how I think. Oh, the movie was Love Actually, with, and this person said, Emma Thompson's being cheated on by her husband, who's played by Alan Rickman. That scene is, like, such a hard scene to watch. It's such a great movie. Holly said, I get the cinnamon and pine ones from Yankee for fall and winter. Okay. Where were the TV ones? So many people, maybe it was from a couple days ago that I saw them. The vlog is like good food. When there's love put into it, it's more enjoyable. The vlogs are those that have always have meaning put into them. Thank you. Oh, you are so sweet. Stephanie said, I've sung both sides now since I was a kid. I will tell you one of my favorite versions of it ever. I don't know how I forgot this yesterday, was in Coda. She sings it in Coda. And if you have never seen the movie Coda, it's probably one of the most fantastic movies in the entire world. About a girl that grows up and her parents are deaf. Her brother's deaf as well. And so, I think CODA stands for Child of a Deaf Adult. But anyway, at the end, she's auditioning for a music school, like a music college, and she sings Both Sides Now. And her parents and her brother come in at the very top, and they're not supposed to be there. And I'm like getting choked up even thinking about this. And she sings the song, and she starts signing the song as she sings it. It's beautiful. It's like one of the most beautiful scenes in any movie ever, if you've ever seen it. It's fantastic. Okay, somebody said, Peter, I love superhero anything, but Supercell was so good. I was bummed it was only 8 or 6 episodes. I might try it then. I wanted to say the TV one, so Broadchurch, already on my list. That was from Brenna, so thank you, Brenna. Okay, Servant. This is from Seb. Servant on Apple TV is an M. Night, I can never pronounce his last name, Shyamalan series. I started watching that. I got like halfway through the first season. I didn't love it. I felt like I was forcing myself to watch it. I might go back and finish it someday, but I seriously doubt it. Emily said, Shining Girls on Apple TV. I think you'd really like it. I loved Shining Girls. I watched it when it was on. I love Shining Girls. That's the reason, the woman that's in it, the actress that's in it is also in Handmaid's Tale and The Veil. That's one of the reasons why I want to watch The Veil. Libby said, Peter, I'm really frustrated because I can't find anything to watch. Me. Grays! I heard you. That's going to be my thumbnail. If I remember where. I always do the thumbnail and then I never remember where it was at. I'm watching. Okay. Joanne asked me if I'm watching this season of Welcome to Plathville. I'm watching the season of Welcome to Plathville. Oh, this is the one that I wanted to comment on. Okay. Samantha said, I know you're not into financial crime stuff, but there's an episode of American Greed called Playboy of Indianapolis worth a watch. So I looked it up because I was like, this has to be about him. Have I not told this story on here, you guys, about Tim Durham? Okay, so Tim Durham lived in Indianapolis, and he was super, super, super wealthy. I should have, before I told this story, I should have looked up the pictures, because I actually have pictures with him, and I have pictures like our friend that married us, Brittany. He wanted to date Brittany. She was not interested, but he wanted to date Brittany. This was before all this stuff came out. When Alex and I first started dating our first year, there was this club event. There's this restaurant out on Geist Reservoir, which is where my dad lives, and this restaurant, it's by the marina, and it's not called this anymore. I think it's now called Wolfie's, but at that time it was called Bella Vita. And they had this pool out back. It was like this real shallow pool. It was like 2 things, but they basically stolen this idea. I can't remember which hotel does it in Las Vegas, but it's called Rehab, and it's on Sundays. And so they would have this thing from like noon to 5 on Sundays, and it was called Rehab, and they had like a DJ, and they had cabanas and stuff like that. And so Alex and I would always go to it. We knew like all the people, like we had helped promote it and things like that. Our friend that married us, Brittany, she was Miss Indiana at the time, and so she was out there a lot. That's like when we were spending a lot of time with her. Like all of our friends were going to this thing. Well, Tim Durham used to come to this thing, and so that's how we met Tim Durham. We met him through this. Well, I only interacted with Tim Durham like a few times, but what I had heard about Tim Durham was that Tim Durham would have these outrageous Christmas parties, and that he would have like snow like on his lawn, like, you know, brought in, and he had real reindeer, and like he had like Ludacris at his party, and he had like all these celebrities, and I mean it was these, I mean it's huge, this huge home, right? Well, that was like, I would have to look up the dates, but that would have been like July, August of, if Alex and I started dating, would that have been the first full summer that we dated, or the second one? We started dating in 08, so that would have been either the summer of 09 or 010. That, right after that summer, he got arrested for a Ponzi scheme, and he was basically stealing the money from older people that were investing, and I mean, it was just horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I didn't really know what was going on at this time. Okay, I didn't really understand it. I had heard things. I didn't know what a Ponzi scheme was. I didn't know what he had been really arrested for, what he was implicated in. All I knew was that he was on house arrest, and he couldn't leave his house during this court trial. And I was on Words with Friends. I think I've shared this before. I was on Words with Friends, and so we would go back and we would play Words with Friends. But then I was like, is he trying to give me like clues to something? Because then when I started finding out more, I was like, what's going on? I still didn't know what like a Ponzi scheme was. The second I found out, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. But anyway, I will say this, what's so interesting about this is, I mean, this man, I've read the articles about, like, he had an ex-wife and all this kind of stuff. I've read the articles about how much, I mean, it's literally like millions of dollars. I mean, it's this huge Ponzi scheme. I think so anyway, that's what that was about, because he was referred to as the Playboy of Indiana. He was a really, really good looking guy. If I was 36 or 37, he was probably 20 years older than me. He was probably 56, maybe. 50 to 56. No, he had to have been older than 50. He was a good-looking guy. What I remember about him was one day we hung out with him, and that's when we were with Brittany. The other 2 or 3 times I saw him, I just kind of waved to him and was like, hi, at this thing. But the first time, he had this Mercedes. It was like a 1940s Mercedes or something restored, and he had it parked out front, and he wanted to show it to us, like, I think he was trying to impress Brittany or something. It was real weird, because he was I think I have talked about this on here before. He was very Gatsby-esque, like, very quiet, very subdued. I mean, when I found out this stuff came out later about him, like, how much money he had, like, stolen and stuff like that from, like, these people that had no money. I mean, he's stealing money from, like, retired people that had no money. I mean, it's horrible what he did. And when I found out about it, I was like, this is, like, I don't, like, and we were really, really good friends. We knew at the time, but we didn't know he worked for him. That later we found out that, like, this guy that was like his personal assistant that had, like, done everything for him. And then when we found that out, we were kind of like, this is real weird. Like, we don't want any part of this. But he had, like, gone in. He apparently, like, collected a lot of sports memorabilia. And when they went in and they, like, searched his home, it was, like, gone. And apparently he, like, knew that they were going to come search his home. And then the sports memorabilia, like, showed up in this museum. It's real shady, you guys, and a lot of people here in Indianapolis talk about it because a lot of people knew him. Because if you were part of any kind of like big social circle in Indianapolis at that time, he went to everything. So everybody knew him. I mean, it was a huge deal in Indianapolis, but nobody really, I think the Indianapolis Business Journal was the first person to break the article on it, and I can remember being out and talking about it, and that was like before that, like he was on house arrest, or maybe he was just not supposed to leave his house or something like that, and I was playing Words with Friends with him, and I can remember when we were all talking about it. I didn't really know what the charges were for or whatever. It was something that, I thought it was like tax fraud. I didn't really know. And after that, I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, I didn't get it, you know? Like, then he would like continue to try to play games. I think that was maybe when I kind of like was done with Words with Friends for a while. I had this girlfriend at meetings too, that she would like play dirty Words with Friends with guys. I didn't even know that was a thing when she told me that. She's like, we play dirty words with friends with these guys that like I'm dating. And I'm like, what do you mean? She was like 40. I'm like, she's like, I know it's stupid, but we play like dirty, it's like flirting. We play like dirty words with friends. I was like, girl, what are you doing? I think that was around the time I got off Words with Friends. Then during the lockdown, I played Words with Friends too, but like after I would go through all my games, because I was like maxed out on requests, because I was talking on my vlog at that time about doing it. After I was maxed out on requests, I would go through and they would all, like everybody had answered again. I was like constantly on Words with Friends. So finally I just was like, I can't do this anymore. It was too much. But yeah, I knew him. I can see him sitting right out there in front of Bella Vita showing us his car, and he was so quiet and so like demure, and he wasn't like real arrogant or anything. He just was real quiet. I can see him. He had like a button down white short sleeve shirt on and like the swimsuit, and he had like Birkenstock sandals on. He was real quiet, had like his white or blondish white hair parted on the side and pulled over, and he was a good looking older guy. And I remember my dad and my stepmom came up there one time, and we were like sitting in this cabana, and my dad, this was like before it all started, and Tim Durham had like 4 or 5 girls, and they were gorgeous, and like and all these girls were like all tattooed, and they had gorgeous bodies and stuff like that, and they were all like laying around him. And my dad looked over, and my like dad took off his sunglasses, and he goes, "Is that Tim Durham?" And I was like, "Yeah, how do you know Tim Durham?" And my dad kind of shook his head. He was like, "That's interesting," or something like that. They must be around the same age then, because I feel like my dad knew him from like had known him, you know, and whatever, or known of him or something. Because he knew, I mean, he looked across he was on the other side of the pool. I remember he was like, looked at him. I should look up and see. My dad's going to be 84 this year, so I should look up Tim Durham's age. Durham. Indianapolis, it says. Oh, it shows his house in here and everything. You can see pictures of his house. Oh, he's 62. So if this was... So he's 10 years older than me. So if at the time I was 36, he was 46. Well, he looks better in this picture than he looked at the time. Yeah. This is Tim Durham. But he didn't look like that when I met him. When I met him, he had white hair. Or maybe he didn't. I thought he had blonde, like blondish hair. It's showing him indicted here. I don't remember him being better looking than this. Tim Durham's wife. This is his house, you guys. I think I actually drove by it in some vlogs back in the day. Let's see Tim Durham arrest. What year, when that was. Date. On March 15th, 2011. Okay, so Alex and I, the first summer we would have gone to Bella Vita would have been 2009. So it must have been... When did Brittany move? It must have been 2000... Oh no, because she was Miss USA. She was 2009. Indiana. Oh, no, she was 2008. So that means we met her during that. That would have been that summer. So that would have been 2009 that we met him. On March 15, 2011, a criminal indictment was filed. Maybe he just, I was playing with him when he just wasn't leaving his house. I don't know. That would have been 2 years later. He's an American former lawyer and business convicted in 2012 of the largest corporate fraud ever investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Indiana. His investment from Obsidian Enterprises invested in a number of companies, including wireless device company Brightpoint and comedy brand National Lampoon Inc., where Durham was CEO. In 2012, Durham was sentenced to 50 years in prison in connection with a Ponzi scheme that defrauded 5,400 investors, many of them elderly, of approximately $216 million. I think I have a picture of Brittany and him standing in front of, it would be like, it wouldn't be on, it would be on Facebook, I think, maybe. Or maybe she has it on hers. Of where they're standing in front of his BMW or his Mercedes. That must have been 2009. And then that must have been the summer that I saw him. Which would have been the first time that Alex and I would have gone out there. And then 2010, I feel like was when people started talking about it. And then he was arrested in 2011. It was a big deal in Indianapolis. Like, everybody was talking about it. That's crazy that somebody asked me about that. Like, I mean, I didn't know him well at all. I can remember I was so upset because I wanted to go to those Christmas parties. I was like, I want to go to those Christmas parties with the reindeer and Ludacris. Who wouldn't want to go to one of those Christmas parties? Samantha also said, Defending Jacob was so good. But I can tell you right now, thank you, Samantha, for letting me know, because I'm going to watch that one episode of American Greed. Probably not the rest of it, though. Kara said, I keep saying I'm going to take my daughter to the pool, but then it's 114 degrees here and I have no desire to be outside. Oh my God. Carrie said you might enjoy, she gave me some shows to watch. I'm going to check those out, a couple different shows. Shannon gave me a documentary. I've never heard of this documentary. I wrote it down last night. Thank you. Bonbons for me said, watch The Alienist. Okay, so that's who said watch The Alienist, so thank you. Gayla said, hi Peter, I'm noticing that you're saying swimsuit and not bathing suit, same as myself. Okay, so I used to say bathing suit and I switched it and I now say swimsuit because when I would say bathing suit, people said it sounded like the 1930s. But my mom always said bathing suit, so now I'm saying swimsuit. I've never even heard, okay, somebody recommended this family show on Prime. I've never, I guess it was Weird Cult in Los Angeles, Source Family. I've never heard of it before. I'll check it out. Kayla said, my other half. Also, Peter always asks me about show recommendations from you. He'll say, what shows has Peter been watching? Or, I started watching such and such. Did Peter say anything about it? And Kayla, feel free to DM me about any show and just ask me what I thought. There's a lot of shows that are out that I've seen, but I'm not doing reviews on them. Sunshine Girl said, Peter, where is Tanya? I haven't been in here in a while. However, I do check on you at times. I've been dealing, Oh, I'm sorry that you're going through a tough time right now. Tanya's good. She's around. Busy. She's busy this summer. There was like one other thing that somebody asked me about, a TV show, and it was a TV show that I already seen. Oh, Blackbird. Here it was. Somebody said, you probably already seen it on Blackbird on Apple. She said it was phenomenal. It was only 6 episodes, you said? Yeah, I didn't know that. It was so good. So good. Somebody said, I used to listen to podcasts all the time, but now that I'm a Peter Monn junkie, he is all I have time for. Oh, currently, I'm going to old videos when I run out of new ones. You are so sweet. Okay, here it is. Jessica said, Peter, I have left you a couple comments about Dark. It's 3 seasons, it ends properly, which that was good. I needed to hear that. And I know you will love it. It's by the same people who did 1899. Which was about the boat, right? It's on Netflix and the story is so good, very scary and thrilling. You will not be able to stop watching it. Okay, Jessica, here's my commitment to you. I know when I say this, people are going to be like, oh, here's another damsel. Here's another damsel. Promise to Tia. But no, when I get caught up on my shows that I have to watch tonight, and when I finish Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I watch one episode of Sister Wives, I'm going to start Dark. That's because I have it on my list. That was at the top of my list. So Jessica, I can promise you, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I'm going to get off here now because, ooh, it's getting late and I want to go walk if I can and relax and see if we're going to go to the pool. If not, I don't know how I'm going to walk. It's so hot. Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic beginning to your week. You know, I know I said this yesterday, but I just want to say, I don't think you guys... Last night I was sitting there and I just felt so full of gratitude, and you know, I was reading some of the comments where, and I didn't read all of them today, where people are like, no, thank you for doing this vlog and it means so much. You know, it's like, today I was like thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, not film as many videos this month and take some time off and just hang around with Boo Radley and enjoy the summer and read and go to the pool and stuff. And I get to do that because of you guys. You guys are the ones that give me that opportunity, you know, and I'm forever grateful for that I can even be in a position where I can think about that. That's because of you, and I'm forever grateful that there are people that want to watch me just sit on a front porch and talk about TV shows, my life, and whatever. I think one thing that is missed sometimes is, and this is why I do like to read the comments, is that I think that it probably feels to a lot of you guys like you're thanking me for making the video, but I'm thanking you for watching it, because it feels very, the whole thing feels very cathartic to me, of me being able to talk and just kind of relax at the end of the day with a cup of coffee and then read your comments. And you guys give me suggestions like how to fix my AirPods or what shows to watch. You guys give me encouragement when I'm going through hard times, you know? I mean, even somebody saying on there just how much it meant to you when I finally chose to come back and start vlogging again, you know, after the accident. Just, it means the world to me. It really, really does. And I think as somebody that didn't, growing up, never really, like, I felt loved by my parents, but it's different when you know, don't really feel like anybody else really likes you and you think, what's wrong with me and whatever. To have a lot of people out there that say I'm relatable or like my silly stories or cry along with me or whatever, you know, it's, even if it's just one or two people, that's great, but like, to have a lot of people, it means a lot. And, you know, I just want to, again, say thank you so much. So, I hope that you guys are having a fantastic beginning to your week. I hope you're getting to relax a little bit. And I hope you're having a magically amazing Monday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Oh, I have to say this, because it just popped into my head. I used to say this to PP all the time. I love you like a button and a shoe. So anyway, I sing it to Boo Radley every once in a while, but then it makes me sad because I think of PP. So anyway, I love you like a button and a shoe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Love you.